Ever feel overwhelmed by endless streaming options? Remember when finishing a series meant a dedicated hunt for DVDs? Now, an entire story can unfold over weekend, uh, snacks in hand, and uh, but with so much content, finding something super truly captivating is uh, can be a challenge. Netflix boasts a huge anime library, but many series drag on endlessly, or fizzle out before reaching a satisfying conclusion. That's where hidden gems shine. Um, some of the best anime on Netflix are short, delivering complete stories in around a dozen episodes and fit this bill perfectly. They're small but bold, perfect for a quick escape. Um, and there probably a proper sense that that the current state is scared and that we might develop a way for these aren't the flashiest titles, but sometimes the quiet experiments are the most rewarding. Doesn't focus on heroic rescues or collapsing cities. Uh, it zeroes in on the small, quiet moments between disaster. Directed by Masaki Yuasa, this adaptation of a 1970s novel follows the Muto family as Japan sinks into the sea. Each episode feels like a journal entry from the end of civilization. Um, you know, in 10 episodes, the series transforms a national tragedy into an intimate portrait of one family's struggle to survive. And what makes striking isn't the destruction, but the humanity. The Muto family aren't heroes. They're athletes, students, and parents, unprepared for the end of the world. Uh, Ordinary instincts become both strength and curse. Loss matters, and hope feels hard earned. Characters die suddenly, families fracture, but even in darkness, there's heart. Uh, and Yuasa's loose, elastic animation style brings everything to life, even as it falls apart, and so much to. Uh, it's rough, but it fits the story's realism, showing people who look human, not flawless. Is an easy binge due to its pacing. It shifts from calm daily life to total disaster quickly. But instead of spectacle, it focuses on the aftermath, sharing food, holding on to family photos. Each episode ends with emotional momentum, not cliffhangers. And that there's an odd optimism buried under the rubble, a belief in humanity, goodness, and resilience. It's a remarkably life-affirming story, reminding us that even in endings, there's something worth holding on to. How the rom-com genre generally frowns upon rebellion, but tosses out every cliche. Anzu Hoshino, high school girl, uh, is magically put in a dating sim situation with three attractive boys. However, Anzu wants nothing to do with it. She's happy with her cat, Chocolate, and gaming console, and with and then a fairy takes them all, putting her in a dating experiment. This leads to a comical tug of war between rom-com fate and a headstrong girl who wishes to be independent. Anzu is the anti-romantic lead anime didn't know it wanted. Uh, the series is incredibly self-aware, um, mocking every trope, despite the humor. It has a nuanced emotional arc about true connection, um, and and Ainsley's resistance isn't a gag. It's rooted in valuing friendship and self-respect. When her relationships change, they evolve naturally, with sincerity instead of manipulation. Um, with the humor is sharp and modern, but the show knows when to slow down. Quietly transforms from parody to character study. Visually, it's bright, expressive, and colorful. Every facial expression feels exaggerated, adding energy. It's also concise with 12 episodes. Each episode is brisk but purposeful, with no filler. And then at its core, celebrates individuality. Anzu never becomes a perfect romantic lead. She stays messy and herself. It's a rare rom-com that's actually sincere, wrapping up before overstaying its welcome. It few anime pull off the balance does. It's it's stylish but meaningful, flashy yet strangely human. The story follows Makoto Edamura, a small-time scammer who crosses paths with Laurent Thierry, a world-class con artist. Edamura is swept into Laurent's international crew, pulling elaborate heists on corrupt businessmen and criminals. Um, this premise sounds built for entertainment, but uses its globe-trotting schemes to explore what it means to lie for survival. Each arc, Los Angeles, Singapore, London, Japan, expands the world and the cast of morally gray tricksters. The series constantly reinvents itself, shifting between comedy, drama, and tragedy. Every episode ends with a twist, daring you to hit next episode. The animation matches that energy perfectly. Bold colors, angular designs, and surreal cityscapes give the look of a high-end art project. And even background shots feel alive. Despite its jokes, it treats its characters like broken people, finding meaning through chaos. It's a brilliant show that never became the mainstream hit it deserved. Maybe it was too niche, or maybe its global tone didn't fit. And nevertheless, it's nearly perfect for a weekend binge. Speaking of cons, did you hear about the artist who sold his paintings for a fortune? Turns out they were just a brush with greatness. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time, I'm Housen. I'm Hope. All right.